love to introduce you to two of my favorite things. Always such a nice moment here. My most favorite thing outside of life and breathing and, you know, food, drink, and conversation is what a wonderful sight. I'm sure you'll agree with me. The blank canvas. To me, every day, every meeting with another person, the time I spend with myself when I'm deeply creating, it's like a blank canvas. 100% possibilities. So that's my number one most favorite thing outside of eating, drinking, conversation. And my number two, so that's the blank canvas. And then my number two favorite thing is the business model canvas. And one of the things I want to sell to you, the hard sells I want to do today, is the business model canvas. It only joined the world of business literature in 2010, brought to us by Alex Osterwalder and Yves Pigneur, two PhD students, and they did research among, I think, 70 plus business developers, business consultants around the globe, came up with a business model canvas, which I believe is replacing how we speak coherently about the stories of our business, because it visually gives us the opportunity to tell the story of our business on one page, on a single page. You can take from the great business models of today, and I mean, we are living at a time when the greatest businesses that have ever seen the light of day are actually operating. The Amazons, the Facebooks, the Googles, etc. And even the nationals and you know, startup multinationals are bigger than many businesses that have ever been in the past. Every single one of those businesses models, the DNA of what gets shared with the world, transaction by transaction, can be captured by the business model canvas. And I'd like to share a short video with you. By the way, what I'm busy with in terms of the script here, these literally are the show notes. Just towards the end of the meeting, I'm going to upload them to Canvas or send them over to 22 on Sloane. So they will be there with all the links to external resources for your future use. So I'd like for us to just watch this video together.
An organization's business model can be described with 9 basic building blocks: your customer segments, your value proposition for each segment, the channels to reach customers, customer relationships you establish, the revenue streams you generate, the key resources and key activities you require to create value, the key partners, and the cost structure of the business model. But it's not sufficient to just enumerate the 9 building blocks. What you really want to do is to map them out on a pre-structured canvas. This is what we call the business model canvas, a tool that helps you map, discuss, design, and invent new business models. Let's briefly go through the 9 building blocks, starting with the customer segments. These are all the people or organizations for which you're creating value. This includes simple users and paying customers. For each segment, you have a specific value proposition. These are the bundles of products and services that create value for your customers. The channels describe through which touchpoints you're interacting with customers and delivering value. The customer relationships outline the type of relationship you're establishing with your customers. The revenue streams make clear how and through which pricing mechanisms your business model is capturing value. Then you need to describe the infrastructure to create, deliver, and capture value. The key resources show which assets are indispensable in your business model. The key activities show which things you really need to be able to perform well. The key partners show who can help you leverage your business model, since you won't own all key resources yourself, nor will you perform all key activities. Then once you understand your business model's infrastructure, you'll also have an idea of its cost structure. So with the business model canvas, you can map out your entire business model in one image. This works for startup entrepreneurs just as well as for the most senior executives.
And that short and sweet is the business model canvas. In 2 minutes, they've literally connected some symbols and some words that completely explained in theory the business model of a business. And you'll see me in action in a few minutes time, how I work through my own business and some other businesses as well, using the business model canvas. The 12-week journey that I've created for startups is built on the chassis, literally on the framework of the business model canvas. And then obviously we've, like golden and multicolored threads, we've threaded through innovation development, public speaking development, resilience training, etc. However, it's built on the business model canvas. Why? Because it's so simple. And also, I'm very passionate about the fact that I want the startups who work with me to embody their business plans, embody their business models. If you get caught in an elevator with a new venture investor and you've got a minute or two to talk about your business, it's no use to tell a busy executive, I'll send you a link to my presentation video, or I'll send you my 35 or 55 page business plan and financial models for 5 years. I want your business to be in your bones. It should flow naturally from you in conversation. And I believe and think that the business model canvas is a wonderful tool to get there, to start thinking like that, integrating the components which we often separate as business creators. And I think it's time to integrate the components in a coherent story, that you can start making deals, you can start making transactions, that the moment you have the sense, I'm going to do transaction here, you can almost generate a profitable transaction for yourself, because you can go all the way through to the finances. In the masterclass notes, I've also then put a link for you to Strategizer, the actual creators of the business model canvas. They've got wonderful tools in terms of how to work your next business model. You can do it like a game. They've gamified it to a large extent. And it's a wonderful tool to say, let me work a business model to a certain level and then test it with 30 to 50 people. I always advise, see, will it work? Will it hit the bullseye? Am I understanding the needs, the problems out there? Otherwise, if I don't, I can just say, oh, this business model is not going to work. Let me do a new one. Getting into that mode of creating, testing, reflecting, creating, testing, reflecting. The business model canvas is fantastic for that. And there we are.